Hey guys, welcome to our stories. I think I've been cheated on multiple times in this 3 years relationship. Okay, so I, 26M, and my 26F girlfriend have been dating for almost 4.5 years, and through the years there have been a lot of ups and downs, lies, and even issues that caused me physical pain. When we first started dating, everything was great until about 8 or 9 months in. We were living together. I moved out of my apartment due to certain issues. We kind of lived together. I paid all the bills, but she was there always, and that's when she started acting like she didn't want to be with me and left me. After dealing with me trying to find a new place for about another 7 to 8 months. We were together every day for the 7 months we were looking. One day, while I was complaining about how I hated the fact we didn't live together anymore and was eager to find a new place, she broke up with me. Literally, that was her response to me complaining about not seeing her. She said, "Well, change it then and break up with me." While we were broken up, I tried to speak to her still, obviously, and didn't just let the relationship go. I wanted to know if this was officially where she stood before I left her alone. After she said some of the worst things ever to me, I'd noticed her posting on social media about missing her bae, and obviously it wasn't me because we were arguing and not together. She has nothing but Snapchat, by the way. I asked her if she was talking to someone, and she'd snap on me and say, "No, I'm annoying, I want her to fail, I want her to do broke activities with me." This is the stuff she would say. Moving forward 2 months. She randomly calls me about how she missed me because of our history, etc. I meet up with her. She tells me she wants to be with me. I asked if she was talking to someone. She said yes, and she was when I asked. But she only hung out with him a few times because of COVID. I took her back. Ever since then, about 2.5 years, it's been terrible. I am spending my money and getting no help with anything except complaints. She accuses me of cheating all the time like she's not the one who left me. Going through my phone, getting mad at whom I follow on Instagram. "OP, but I thought you said she had no socials." Oh, she doesn't just fake to watch everything I like and comment on or even follow to then say I want to have sex with that person. She spit in my face before. Literally, she's called the cops on me for telling her to leave my house. One day, I was trying to be nice and surprise her by picking her up from her place while picking up something in the area. I texted her about an hour or so before I got to her area, only to pull up and see her in the lobby with another dude and her head on his chest as if they were hugging or just finished hugging. I almost killed the guy, but I just left. She claims it was her friend who just got out of jail. She also throws men in my face like it's nothing and lied to me about a trip with her godsister and actually got flown out to go see an old ex that she allegedly did nothing with. He was just someone she could talk to because she couldn't express herself to me. Although she never tried. I'm sure I'm being extremely naive here, but when you're in the situation you can't see it for what it is. I obviously love her, but if she did cheat, I'm leaving. I just believe she didn't for whatever reason. Maybe I'm just dumb and a clown. Relationship background. My ex-girlfriend, 19, and I, 20, have dated for 5 years since high school. We have done lots of things and went to a lot of places together. I even took her overseas to Okinawa, Japan. If it made her happy, I did it. During our time together, she would take trips to Mexico to visit family, and that was a very common thing she did during the weekend. Even before we dated, the first few years she went less and less so she can spend more time with me and my family. due to her trying to escape her abusive father, but these past 2 years she has been going more and more. Then she tells me that her family made her start drinking alcohol so she can relax and let loose like them, even though in the past she herself has told me and others that she doesn't like how her alcoholic family parties and drink all the time. Still, she is partying and drinking heavily now. Breakup. 5 to 6 weeks ago, at the time I'm writing this, I was in San Diego for a doctor's visit while she was in Mexico having fun at the beach and with family as if nothing was wrong. Then she suddenly texts me that we needed to talk. Of course, I was scared of what happened. Did it involve her family? Did her abusive father come back after being kicked out? I was worried about her, asked what was wrong, but all she said was that she will wait until I get back home. And when I texted her that I made it home, she got there in no time at all. We were not even done taking the stuff out of the car yet. Then we went to the park that I asked her out. Then she looks at me and says, "I think we need to take a break." Then proceeds to say everything that I needed to change about myself, that she is the only one that is putting the effort in our relationship, even though I was the one who has a job and has been saving money. And that the only reason why I've been able to achieve anything was because she was there, and I need to achieve things without her in my life. But she made sure to say that she will work on herself too. But when I asked her why she never told me she felt like this before or what exactly happened to make her feel this way, she never gave me a clear answer, or she brought up something in the past that she already forgave me for. Then when I would give her actual solutions and reasonable actions we can do to fix our relationship, she would just say, "Eve disconnected from you," over and over again, totally disregarding what I said. Then afterwards she brings up an event that happened while she was in Mex partying, that some friend of the family was making moves on her. She humored him a bit, then he just kisses her on the lips, and she tells me that she tried to swing at him, but her cousin stopped her. Then they all told him that she was already in a relationship. He apologized and left, but he came back later and started chatting her up again, and she let him. Then she tells he that they friend each other on Facebook and Instagram and start talking to each other. Then she starts telling me all the nice things he's been telling her and the promises he made to her, like marriage, living together, and how he gave her a single flower, how I haven't been able to do that in 5 years, even though Eve spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on food, gifts, traveling in the past 5 years, and I already promised her hand in marriage when we first started dating. Then she said that she even talked to him about breaking up with me. Then she has the audacity to say, "It sounds like I cheated on you, huh?" And I just look at her and say, "Because that's what you did. You cheated on me." Then she says, "But I'm not a slut. I didn't sleep with him." I responded with, cheating is not solely you sleeping with someone else. Cheating is you accept someone else's affection knowing you are already in a relationship, and secondly, being a slut is when you sleep with multiple people, so saying that doesn't help your case. Her response was just, "Oh." And the car ride home was silent. Post-breakup. A few days after she broke up with me, I texted my friends, who were also her friends, and my family. I asked them if my ex had told them that she broke up with me. They were surprised and said no, she hadn't told them anything. I was surprised too. I thought she would tell them. One of her best friends was very surprised when she heard. She asked what happened. I told her to ask my ex first to get her side of the story. She did. Then, after a while, she asked me my side of the story. I told her. Then she tells me that she didn't mention anything about that guy, and that the first thing that my ex said to her was, "Why did he tell you? And he needs therapy." But the friend laid it out, everything to her. Everything that she said and did was fucked up, blaming everything on him when you were the one that cheated, and that her story of the events keep changing with more holes and contradictions than the previous story. But during all this, my ex told her that she didn't take this decision lightly, that it took her 2 weeks to think it through. Her friend responded, "So it took you 2 weeks to look back on your 5-year relationship and say, I don't want that anymore?" Then she just kept lying and lying, saying nothing happened between them, and she won't be dating anytime soon. But a week later, someone tells me that they found the dude's Facebook, and the first thing they see is her on a date holding hands in Mexico with the guy. The reason why the date was in Mexico because he doesn't have a green card, so he can't legally cross to the US, so she has to put the effort to see him. When the best friend asked her about it, she laughed it off as if it was nothing, and at the end, when the dude walked her back to the line so she could cross back to the state, she kissed him on the lips. Before she left then, on July 3rd, since my ex-girlfriend blocked me on all social platforms, someone told me that they made it official that they were dating, and everyone was congratulating them and saying, "I hope this relationship will help you cope." First of all, that's not how coping works. You don't date someone else while you're in your healing process. That's how you end up in worse relationships. And the one that really stood out was the one that said, "We won or we did it." Like, what's that supposed to mean? Like, were you hoping for this outcome? Remember, all this happened in 5 weeks, and the healing process for moving on from breakups usually takes months. She got with someone else in weeks. Subscribe for more stories. I will be posting more stories like this. Till then, you can watch other stories I have uploaded.